Hello everybody, and welcome to this week's Sleepy Sunday stream. So some of you might know I used to do these a bit more regularly than I do now, just because of life stuff. But this weekend's quite special, because this weekend is part of the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase, an event for kind of thinky games and puzzle games and cerebral games that happens every year. It's an amazing event. I love it because huge amounts of really cool, interesting games come out and demos and loads of new stuff. I have games in it as well. If you like this, please go check out either Solus 128 or CRT 7 in the showcase as well, wishlists, etc. But I'm not here to play my games today. I'm here to play two games that I've been interested to try again. The first one is Trifoil. As you can see, we're demo version 2. So a while back I played the first version of this demo on stream and really liked it. There have been some obvious changes in version 2. I don't recognise this symbol at all. So I think that symbol's been redesigned since the first version of the demo. So we're going to play this. We're going to maybe complete the demo on this stream, and then we're going to try What's the Password, the new game that's just released by the developer of Luck Be a Landlord, which intrigued me because the trailer had 7-segment displays in it, and if you go check out CRT7, you'll see my obsession with 7-segment LED displays. Alright, anyway, for now, I think we will get going and trying this new demo. So, I guess I'll just hit new game, see where we go. Alright, so we've got arrow keys, or I assume WAS, to move around our little blob. This feels familiar. And from what I remember previously, this game, you move around your little blob. When you land into these spaces here, you then control a puzzle. You solve the puzzle, and then they should unlock these gates. So yeah, space to enter or exit. I don't remember having a star field behind before. Maybe there was. But yeah, interesting. Maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. I like it though, and the vibes are very cool. So I hit space, and then I teleport into this puzzle, and then I go from this sort of starting point to this sort of ending point, and importantly, I leave a line behind me. That line will become very important and slightly upsetting as we go on. So I press space to jump back out again. Alright, so there we go. And then we've unlocked that gate. We can move on to the next one. And from what I remember, this one is basically tutorializing us that we can start and end in the same point, and often we will. But one thing you'll notice is that our line becomes solid. At least for now. I think there's some twists to that later. Okay. And we've got reset and undo there. Alright. And here there are a bunch of ways we can solve this. Let's solve it this way. I guess this is saying that there's some start and end points that have like a rotation to the between the start and the end point. Okay. Oh, and you can hold down the button to go long distances. Cool. What a map. Oh, I don't remember there being a map either. That's cool. So we've got this little starting area. We've got a section over here that we can't open or isn't open. A section over here that isn't open. If I remember correctly, each of these like are tutorializing you about a symbol, and then these are like more difficult puzzles related to that symbol, like at either end. It doesn't appear like we can move the map around. It's just as kind of a zoom out from where we are, which is interesting. I kind of expect that the arrows would move the map when you zoomed out, but that's fair enough. I wonder how important that will become later. And yeah, we can see that this area is locked off and it's connected to solving this puzzle, or this area, I think. Because if we jump into here, Yeah, we get teleported to a new area. Very pinkish area. Ah, hey there in the chat. Yeah, I think they've definitely worked on the backgrounds. They're a lot fancier than I remember them being. That's very cool. Alright, so as before, as was tutorialised in our first area, this means we can jump into this puzzle. But the twist now is we've got these pink symbols, and these pink symbols, each of them twist the basic rules that we saw before. So if I jump in, and I kind of try and go around like this, go back to the finish, we now get a warning that we've not satisfied this symbol. So this game's kind of a rules discovery game where you have to figure out how to satisfy these symbols as we go. Incidentally, as well, the sound design's really good in this game. So you can hear, when you rewind, you actually get kind of like really echoey reverb versions of the moving. Which I love. So let's try and move into this symbol. Okay, so when we move into this symbol, we can't change direction, we can just go straight across. Which kind of implies it must be a bridge. So we can now do that. Whereas we couldn't do this before off the symbol, like we couldn't cross our own line. And now that's lit up, we're not getting the warning, so that must be solved. Then we can move on to this one. And this is where I'm going to show another feature of this demo that I think is really, really cool and more puzzle games should do. I think it's on tab. So they have added since the last demo a kind of note-taking system in-game, which I've not used yet, so we'll see how easy it is to figure out. Left click to draw lines, right click to remove them, middle click to place or remove symbols, stuff. All the things. Okay, so oh, I see. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. So the thing here, right, is if we know that we have to go across both of these, then we can say that we have to do this in our line. We can also say that we have to do this with our line. And then just by using this note taking, we've kind of already found the solution, is that we have to, either way we go, we have to basically join the line and then come back around. So we can basically finish our solution, we'll have to look something like that. That's really cool that you can do this, and that you can change the symbols and the colours of the symbols down here. So I guess I could do like, I have to go middle click that way. I have to go that way. That's really nice. More puzzle games should have like in-game note-taking and stuff like that. It's really, really useful for not just accessibility, but for like figuring out some more complicated puzzles without having to like scribble on notes. Useful on stream as well, because you can't see my notes, obviously. But then if we go back to the main game, we can tell that we have to do this. We've solved. Oh, hello, Pop Ponky. We are just playing Trifoil, the new demo, with some cool new features like note-taking. So again, if we wanted to, we could use the note-taking here. Although, interestingly, I'm curious, if we just do this, so these are obviously not satisfied, but does going here also count as exiting? Okay, cool. So we can start, they can be both start and ends as we saw earlier. But again, we can do the same thing we want to do as before, that we know we have to effectively do this across that piece, and this across that piece. And that basically gives us our answer that we've got to go around here, come up here, loop back round, and then into that. So that's cool. Yeah. Very cool with the additional note-taking feature. Yeah, and so we can see here that we've kind of got some locks that now potentially need multiple screens to be solved in order to progress. So let's just start up here. And I'm pretty sure this is a case that we have to do, not that, we have to do something like this. And we can just go straight across all of them. I will say this is not a game where every puzzle has a unique solution, which some people really don't like. I have no issue with it, I quite like it. But there are, as we saw on some of the other ones, there are potentially slightly different ways you can solve them. Sometimes they're mirror flips. I think they're probably mostly mirror flips or rotations, but yeah. Alright, we can go into this one now. So, if we go back to the note-taking, we know that, as before, we need to do something like this. And this is a very classic, is it Hamilton's? The Thinky Dailies have this like Hamilton pipes or Hamilton's lines where you have to, like, in that case you've got to fill up the whole grid, but these crossing points you always know that you can start by drawing this. So then if we came down here, we'd loop up here, but then the problem with doing that is we'd want to just do that by default, but that would then get us stuck down here. But instead we can sneak around here and then back up and back to the start. Yeah, this note-taking is going to be really helpful for some of the more complicated puzzles. Yeah. Because I remember some of the endgame puzzles for this were very baffling. Okay. And that's unlocked some of the, at least one of these like blockers down here so we can explore new puzzles. So that's like a combiner down there for all these signals, I guess. So it looks like we have to finish this puzzle before we can progress as well. Ah, it's now tutorializing us for the note-taking, which is fair enough. I sort of skipped ahead of that because I'd seen it as a feature. So, you know that we need to do something like that, and something like that. Maybe the green's a bit, yeah, let's use green, it's a bit more vibrant. And something like that, and something like that, and something like that. And similarly, we can draw in all of these as well. Okay, so we know basically we need to go into either here or here, because we're going to loop around and come back out again. And I think we can basically say, like, here, there's no other way for that to go, so that has to join. Similarly, we need to go either left or right out of here. Well, I think we need to go both left and right out of here, either coming in or going out, so we can put that in. And there's like no point, there's no point going here, which means this has to come up around here. Similarly, there's no point going here, or here, or here, which means this has to come up around here, I think. I think that means, yeah, we have to go into there. But then the complexity becomes that has to go into there. Then I'm a bit worried. So if we go around here, we'd come out here. And it looks like from this side, this would have to come up and around down here. Yeah, and then we can go in around there, up there, loop back round, into that way, and down like that. Okay, so let's see if I can remember that. So we need to do this. And this. And this. And then this. Okay, that really helps having the note-taking. Ooh. Space to leave. You're prettier than I remember as well. Ooh, that's very pretty. I like that. The little kind of cylinder knot of swirly lights. It's in 3D space that wibbles as we move around. Very nice. Alright. Not quite sure why these bits aren't lit up. Of this, these power cable bits aren't lit up, but we've opened this door down here, so well, that's suspicious. Why is there a blockage down there? We might have to come back here a bit later and see what that's all about. Guess that'll take us back. Ah, okay, so what we're doing is we're going to these areas, we're creating these shapes. Oh, it's odd that it's not 3D when we transport it out. I guess we're saying that's a picture of the one in the area. And then, yeah, we've got the kind of like more difficult versions of puzzles around here then. Interesting, we've got a potential different ending there. Again, we can do sort of the same dealio. And I'm certain when we get to some of the new symbols later on, this is not going to be as, as overpowered as it feels right now. Okay. Is there anything else that we can, like, deduce from this? I don't know if we have to exit with that one. Oh, we can move in the note-taking thing as well. That's nice. Okay. Like, we could assume that we have to go into there for now. And if that's kind of true, then that's sort of implying we need to go up and around that way. So if we try that assumption, we can kind of loop all the way around. Maybe up and around there. We can't do that because that will cause us issues. No, because we've already blocked our ability to get up there then if we've done that. The other option, if we're not going up and around that way, is we have to come down here and immediately come out here. Which is possible. I'm willing to bet, however, there is some nonsense going on. Of having to loop or do something like that. Well, we can't do that because that blocks us. Guess we can technically do that, and that's fine. Can we do any complicated stuff around there? Okay, so let's see if we can deduce anything, right? These lines either have to go this way, or they have to go this way. Either way, I think fundamentally they have to join up. Because they either join up like this, or they join up like this. But if we go this way, then there's no way this can go that way and go somewhere else. So let's just say they have to join up like that to give us maximum space in the middle. The options for these are, then this can either join into here, or this goes straight across, which implies that has to do like that. So we're going to assume that, which I suspect is wrong. Because yeah, then if we go down like this, we sort of have to go up and across, and then we immediately get stuck here. Ooh. Which feels wrong. But if we do go up at this point, we always get fired into the middle. Like, we can't not get pushed into the middle going around the edges. So effectively, we try and go the other route, right? We go and go around here. It kind of means we end up in this situation where we immediately have to go up and around, which then fires us into an end before we've crossed everything. So that doesn't feel like that can be right. So what if we go up and around here? Well, that immediately takes us into this bit. So I guess then means we could go all the way around like this. That's then gonna dead end us up here. Because I can't get back down there. So we could then consider doing something like this. And we don't cross up there. Oh, or across these. So yeah, that's not good at all. That immediately gets us stuck. So we then end up having to do this. Okay, let's try going this way. And in this case, we'd have to come out of that one. Do we have to come out of that one last? Can we do... I want to do that, but then, while that's close, we then can't get into either of these. But that does feel like there is something near that. But yeah, not quite that either, because then we get stuck in this whole loop. So there must be something like sneaky and clever we can do here. It doesn't feel like it's that. Okay, so what about this? But then I don't think we can get to anywhere interesting out of that either. I guess we're going to come back to that one. There you go, solve some of the other puzzles in the other areas, and I'm going to come back to that one when I've had a bit more time to practice with the game mechanics. Alright, So let's see what this symbol's about. I seem to remember this symbol is kind of dangerous. So we obviously need to go in from multiple sides. Yeah, so this one lets us basically hop on to our line again and then follow our line. Which, yeah, is going to be a bit terrifying, I think. Okay, so doing something like this isn't helpful. The line has to go through. So I think we probably have to, yeah, whenever we come to this sort of place, I think we have to go onto it. So then we can jump on and then I guess we can jump off again. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's going to become scary. Okay, similar idea to previously, but we need to not end up on the line, we need to end up off the line. Which means we need to go through both. Yeah, which means we need to go through both of these first, I think. Yes, we can do something like that. Because if you haven't gone through it, you can't use it to come back off the line again. Okay. Yeah, so similar idea to before. We need to go through both of them, jump on the line, jump off the line. It's a pleasing solution. Okay, and if there's 3 of them, an odd number of them, you must end up on the line at the end. So yeah, we're going to have to jump on the line there, then jump off the line, and then jump back on the line to come back to the start and end. Okay, so an even number means we will have to end up off the line. So that means we can potentially do them in little pairs. Yeah, like that. Go. Bear in mind, as I say, I did play the first demo of this, so there is some of this that is sort of like leaking through time back into my brain. Okay. 5, an odd number, and we need to end up back on the line. So how are we going to do this one? Guess we could do something like that, but that's not a great idea, because then we can't get back off that line. So is this one that we need to sort of like loop through a lot of them? Jump on there. Doesn't feel great though, because then we can't do anything with that one. So I think with these we can't really pass an entrance when we're off it, or we cause problems, right? Because now we can't do this bit here. So I think effectively we have to jump on there. Ooh, that feels more sensible. Then that gets us stuck. So maybe instead we have to... No, because that's going to get us stuck in that corner there. So Maybe this isn't sensible. Yeah, because that then leaves us with this same issue as before, right? Okay. So if we go down this way, we end up always this slight issue that we appear to be, we feel like we're blocking ourselves in one way or another. Oh, maybe not with that. And then we come back around here and jump on at the end. Yeah. Okay. Constantly jumping in and off there. That's cool. Oh, we've got a different sort of shape. Sort of Mobius strippy, that one, I think. Although with that many bends, I don't know if it's a true Mobius strip. That many twists. Do we have the same sort of thing down here? Yeah, we have the same sort of thing down here, leading off to more. Which is maybe in the demo, maybe not in the demo. And I assume this now has... Oh no. There's a big puzzle. Oh, and a bonus little sub area. Let's go and do the other piece type before we tackle that one. This is a symbol I don't really recognise. So I don't know if it's new or it's just been kind of redesigned. Oh, interesting. So we've got lots of endpoints, but what's this? Oh, no. Oh, no, that is new. Okay. So this splits us and then mirrors our movements. Oh, no. I'm very bad at these sorts of multi-puzzles. Multi-agent puzzles. Okay. Okay, and it looks like we have to enter... We have to enter by the little kind of inwards arrow, and then we have these little outwards arrows as negative space. Oh no. Oh. Can we split ourselves multiple times? Oh no. Oh no. That's really scary. So we can split ourselves multiple times. Okay. Terrifying. Yep, and we're ramping up. So we immediately split ourselves. And we can't do what we sometimes do in these types of games where we use walls to sort of readjust. They all have to be able to move. Oh, okay, so in this one, yeah, what we're doing is that. Basically, we're just splitting right before the ends again. I'm so worried about where this is going to end up. Okay, so we have to split. Pretty sure we have to split again. Oh no, I don't. Maybe we don't have to split there. I guess the question becomes... Yeah, we have to use these symbols like the other symbols. So I think that means we have to split again there. I guess we go up like that. Around like that, because this is blocking us. And then then that's not... Yeah, okay. Okay. I think I get it. Oh my goodness. Okay. So just a single split here. But we have to be careful, because if we just go into it naively, we then can't get into this ending point. And notice these are all single starter ends. So I suspect the trick is for this one that we need to do a big old spiral round and then come back in like that. Classic puzzle design, give players an obvious answer and then go, no, 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 it's not that one, don't be silly. Ah, because this one can be used again. So we do that. Then we can't move either way because they're reflected. Which means that can't be the first one that we hit. Which means it has to be this one, the first one we hit. But then, obviously not like that. Then that gives us the same issue that we can't then get down to that one. There we go. So we had to go into that one and then kind of wiggle around all the walls. Okay. Ah, there we go. Yes, we've got the new symbol. Oh, like a infinity face. That's nice. Do you like how they sort of like rotate and wibble? That's very, very pleasing. And does this... Oh, this has 2 branches. Oh, what is... Interesting. So we can just like escape. But there's a slightly different symbol down here. Yeah, so the other ones had a minus, or a plus in them, and those have a minus. Interesting. Okay. Oh, okay, so when you go for a +1, their movements are mirrored. When you go for a -1, they're not, but they are like that way. Oh, I'm going to have to go back and see how those +1s work now. To see if I can rock the difference. Which way? We had to go all the way around and back for this one. Oh, so plus... Maybe it's that saying they're mirrored on the vertical and they're mirrored on the horizontal. Right? Or the other way around, like they're acting like mirrors, because if I press down, the other one goes up. If you press right, the other one goes left. Also, that's a different solution to that same puzzle that I did before, I think. As I say, they're not necessarily unique. The ideas are unique. Yes, in this case, the movement's mirrored, across the up and down. We're taking this as a horizontal mirroring across the plane. That's what it is. It's saying that this one will always be mirrored on this side versus this side, whereas the other one was saying it was mirrored in both directions. I wonder if that then holds true when we get to the next one. This feels like significant as well. So if we go into this one, yeah. So now the mirroring is kind of a vertical mirroring. Although now I don't... Oh! They can re-merge on these, just like with the T-junctions. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's very cool. Okay. Okay. So that means we have to split. Go over here, remerge, then split again. Then this will get us stuck. So maybe, yeah, we have to go to that one first. Then round to this one, then to this one. Then away back and then merging. Oh, I like the splitting and merging. Oh, I like that very much. That's very cool. Okay, and now, like, the way to progress down here is not quite open. There's a line going over that way. Ah, we maybe have to do that, like, sub puzzle over this way. But before we go and do that, let's see if we can get back to this one. Just gonna clear all of this and just make sure that our logic is, like, reasonable. We know we always have to go across these. So I don't think there's any argument there. Is there any way to escape from these corners? If we do that, you do a loop there. We can go into there, but then there is nowhere for this to go. There's no way for that to escape. Alternatively, if this did a loop, there's no way for that to escape either, so I think it must be like that. And we either have to go across there, or that space is... So either we have to go across there, or that space is dead. And we only have two options to start. If we go down there, we have to go through here. Then the question becomes... what options do we take from there? And like, we can't go this way because either we have to go down there. Oh. But then the problem then becomes this then loops us all the way around. We could go up there, but then we've not done all of the swoopy loops we need to do. However... I think we can do this, and that does it. Yeah. Okay, that's clever. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So there we go. We have solved that, like, extra hard crossing puzzle. Let's go back over here and see if we can do... Oh no. This one. Which, yeah, worries me slightly. Okay, I think the only things that we can really say are that we most likely have to do that. And we know that we have to come out there and go in there. Yeah, beyond that, I'm slightly terrified. What happens if we just do a big old loop? Yeah. It's not great. Oh, the sound design of this is so good, though. Then, yeah, we immediately get stuck there if we do that. So I don't think going up like that's a good idea. I think going straight across gives us more options. And if we do the whole big loop around, back onto here, does that help? Maybe. Or indeed maybe not. It feels not a million miles away from the answer though. Problem is this one then blocks us. But we could do that one last. Yeah, come back. There we go. I mean, I guess technically we do maybe one of the other ones last. I'm not going to question it. Cool. Okay. I do like the whole laying out the symbols in different orientations, making cool different patterns. That's nice. Oh, yes. So this is the bit I remember. So now we have the excitement that you'll notice the symbols are no longer on the grid. What does that mean? Well, that means we now need to use the symbol. So if we try and do a thing that the symbol allows us to do, well, the symbol then gets drawn where we do it. And this is sort of then entirely up to us where we do it, which is fun. So in this case, we need to do it twice. So we can do what we learned before. We can jump back on, jump back off. Here we need to do it 3 times, so we need to end up on the line when we come back. There's only a very limited amount of positions we can actually do this with our T-junctions. Because, you know, early puzzle with this idea trying to force you into the solution. I do seem to remember any symbol can exist off the grid. I wonder if the split symbol can exist off the grid, actually. Is there any way that we can force that to happen? I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, things we know. 4, which means we will end up off the grid. So, we do something like this. Something like this. Something like this. Because often if it's even numbers, we separate them into pairs. Oh, what the hell is going on up here? That's so many off the grid. Okay, we'll come back to that one. Okay, 5 of them. So we obviously have to jump back onto the grid. Ah, interesting. Yes, okay. So, because it's a T-junction, it has to fit it to the only way that will fit. Then that means we can't jump off again there. So, I suspect we need to be cleverer than I'm being. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Oh man, that one's scary. That seems to be the way out. What's up here? Oh, just a cheeky little loop. Okay, well I guess we're doing this one then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we don't have to do a split on every position. But look, fun fact, this is the same puzzle layout we had earlier, but now we have new rules, which is a very classic puzzle designery thing to do. Pretty, but we've not done enough jumping on and offs. The feeling is we're basically going to have to be jumping on and off pretty much as much as it's going to allow us to do so. No, That's then going to get us stuck there. Oh, yes, because we've got a space there. We can just cross across and we jump off and back on again. Oh, that's diabolically clever. Okay, nice. And we have another sort of Mobius strippy spirally thing and this. What is this? Definitely some lingering mysteries happening as we play. Nice. Nice. Okay, so if we go to escape, how many have we done? We've done 34 of 49 puzzles. Depending on how long it takes us, we might do all the demo or we might leave off some of the demo. But I think we've done everything. I think we've done everything around in this area. Or have we? 1, 2, 3, 4 more puzzles down there. love a grimy bloom filter. Are there any other sneaky puzzles that we haven't found? Not obviously. Okay, let's progress downwards. We can come and explore again afterwards if we need to. Thanks for playing. Wish list on Steam. Link in main menu. Full game will include more puzzle mechanics, over 150 puzzles and more. Feedback very welcome, etc., etc. Hi, Mary. Absolutely go. Absolutely go. Wishlist this. If you've enjoyed this, we're going to keep going for a little bit. Recognise quite a lot of those names on the left as well. All very, very skilled puzzly people. But let's see if we can find some of these sneaky hidden puzzles. Now, I do remember that the puzzles at the end of the game were an absolute nightmare in the nicest possible way, because these are obviously like hints for more advanced puzzles. But let's try and do these and then see where those other... Yeah, because we're basically missing 15 puzzles. So there must be somewhere. Oh no, splitters. Okay. Okay, let's use the note-taking system for my own sanity. So we know we're going to have to do this. We know we're going to have to do this, and 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 this. Only of those we can join up. I don't know when they're next to an exit. I don't think we can join them up, although we actually have to do that as well. So that does join that one up there. Okay, so let's split, and then we're going to split again. That's not a good idea. But that then means that has to come across here. Which is fine. That then means these all have to come across these. Which is fine. Oh, I also missed that one there. Oh. But I think this then gets us into a stuck position. Because of how they're mirrored, we can't... Because of how they're mirrored, we can't... Yeah. Okay. So important things to remember is these are all ones that will mirror on the two axes. So we don't have to... Do we have to... Yeah, I think we have to directly go into that one. Because otherwise we can't get into that one at any other point later on, and that causes us problems. And we can't change direction when we're on a cross. I think we have to end up like this. So I guess that's another potential option. I don't know if that's technically different or not. We can't do that route because then they're not happy. Oh, but also when we get to here, technically those need to go across there, so that's not great either. Well, that's plausible. Nope, that way around. Is that it? I think that might be it. Oh my goodness. That is really, really difficult to parse after it's finished. Oh my god. Okay, nice. Oh no, so many of the endgame puzzles are to do with the splitting mechanic now. Okay, so same as before. We can make a couple of deductions. Thank goodness for this note-taking system. And we know that we're going to have to go into there and split across. Remember, I guess, that these allow us to re-merge, which we're probably going to have to do because there's only 2 ending points. So we're going to have to go into here and we're going to have to split. And I reckon we're going to have to split out like this. No, not like this. Yep, undo. We're going to have to split out like this because we have to go across those and then re-merge and then come back across that and like that. Yes, nice. Okay, I felt smart on that one. that is not going to last long. Oh, that's really not going to last long. And we've got a puzzle piece off the grid as well. Okay, so right, let's do our usual reminders with the grid drawing, Right. Okay, so we've got crossings. And I think these have to join up. These have to join up. These have to join up. That means that has to join up and that has to join up. Which means I suspect we're going to have to do our symbol somewhere in here. Right, I don't know if we've got a super useful coloured symbol for that. We'll go with that one. Because now we have to come into here and then we have to go back on one of the lines at some point, which is what this allows us to do. There's only one of them, which means we can get on the line, but we can't get off the line. Yeah, which means at some point we're going to have to get on the line and then drive all the way back to the start. Which is going to be interesting. So, let's just follow some of these paths that we've set out as kind of gospel. Then I guess we'll loop around that one. Loop through that one. Do our whole dance through here. Looping up and around here, through here. That's a bad idea. So then we can't do that, so let's do that. So all of the crossings are now satisfied. Now we can satisfy that crossing, jump on, walk all the way back. There we go. Okay. Okay. The note-taking system is really helping with some of these. Aww. A nice thank you for finishing the game, Heart. How sweet. Right. let's just do all of the lines and see what we can then deduce once these are all drawn in. Yes, I think there's going to be quite a lot of like crisscrossing backwards and forwards. Well, I mean, we know there's going to be that, but I think there's going to be quite a lot of sort of this kind of Celtic knot, ziggy-zaggy sort of style of thing. Okay. Okay. My suspicion is you're going to think that you have to join up here, but it's probably not to do that. But let's just follow one of these lines. Find out where that takes us. Okay, all the way back round here. Not sure how helpful that is, but we can then, I guess, do that. And that. And that. And that. Yeah, okay. No, cool. We're good. Now the question is, we've still got 11 puzzles hiding somewhere. So that one's happy, that one's happy, that one's happy. That one's happy, and that one's happy. 11 puzzles feels like we've missed a sub-area somewhere that we can explore. So let's go have a hunt. Start with this one as its closest. Yeah, so those all look solved. We haven't opened this thing yet. Definitely solved all the ones down here. Interesting. Where are some puzzles hiding? We'll check this one on the way past. Wait. That's interesting. I don't remember that being here last time we were here. That's listed up a line that's going this way. Oh, it's when we've combined it, opened that. Interesting. So what are these pink things trying to tell us? It's like a helix of some kind. Did we light one of those up in all the areas? Oh no, we've done that puzzle. That's the sub-area. So we did see it in this bit as well, didn't we? Yeah, that's square. How do we do anything with that square? Deeply suspicious. There's lots of areas that kind of look a bit like that. Deeply suspicious. What? There's nothing below here, no. Okay, so we've got like a square, we've got a helix in here. What's in this one? get like a... Do we not light up a pink symbol in here anywhere? Or maybe it's this. Because this was deeply suspicious. Like this whole pink wiggly area. Let's go back to, I guess, this one. Did we have a pink? Yes, we did on here as well. I remember seeing these like 5x5 in there as well. Clearly trying to tell us something. I'm not sure I quite understand what just yet. That's the same pattern as in one of the areas. I don't think I quite understand why some of the squares have squares in and why some of them have the different shapes in, but... Oh, I might have to leave that one as a exciting thing for you to go and have a look at. See if you can figure out what the pink symbology means, because I'm sure that would then unlock this to give you something. So we do have a 5x5 area over there. Is it saying something like I need to 1, 2, 3? Oh, that's 4x4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one's 5x5. I wonder, is it saying like fill the 5x5 area somehow? So we do the drawing. Is there any obvious way to do that? I'm not sure there. I'm not sure there is. We can try. Or is there indeed a really obvious, easy way to do that? Oh, oh, hello. Hello, suspicious pink line. Oh. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Oh, and that's made this pink as well. So there is a way to open these pink doors in every area. Oh, I remember. I was wondering where this puzzle had gone. This was a puzzle that I got horrendously stuck on in the first demo. So let's draw all of these in. So we know those have to join up. Boop. And we know we can't go here, we can't go here. So I'm trying to remember why I got so horrendously stuck on this puzzle. So it's like a symmetrical route, broadly. So let's go down here. I don't think there's really any point of us going into any of these. Spaces either. Interesting that you can put symbols on the edge, on the line edges as well. So was the trick that I had to do something like this? No, because that then blocks me off over here. So that's bad. Let's not do that. But I also think just doing this loop is probably not great either, because that will get us into a similar problem up here. Yeah. So. What was it that I had to do? No, you see, the problem is then I end up here and I can't come back out here. Okay. I can't really go into here, because if I go into here, then there's no way to get back to this position. Which means I think those have to be linked up. I might regret making that assumption, though. Do make that assumption, that means we end up doing this, which is again close to correct, but we have this corner problem. This is where I remember getting stuck on it before. Let's just assume that those have to be linked. Does that then make sense? That might make sense. I think that was it. Yeah, there we go. There we are. Okay, cool. I think we've got two more down here. I am really needing to use this note-taking one for the crosses. Super helpful. Boop. Note-taking mode for the crosses even. Okay. So, and we know that we have to do this as well. Which I think also then forces us to do this. Any other of those that we can figure out? Well, that definitely has to go down here. And well, that has to join to one of those. This has to go down that way somehow. And if we join that one there, then this one gets stuck. If we join that one there, I think that one has to join like that. Similarly, this has to come down here. Okay. And this has to come down here. Any other ones I can see? Not obviously. I mean, this is... That's definitely wrong. Can we do something sneaky? Almost certainly we have to do something sneaky. Yeah, that then gets us stuck as well. Okay. So from here we have three options. We can either join that one, or join that one. And I think joining that one's a bad idea, because I think this needs to come down this route. That one probably needs to go across the top, so let's try that one again. This then gets us stuck there, so that seems like a bad play. So I'm unconvinced by that, actually. And that seems like a bad idea as well. So what if we do this way around? Nope, that immediately gets us stuck again. That doesn't. That doesn't. Okay. Alright. Terrified by some of the later game ones. Okay. Just lots of crosses. Okay, so that one, and then those need to go there. And the same logic as before, we know those have to join up. Okay. Those have to come out like that. Let's do does that one? Nope. Is there any others? Well, that one has to join into there. There's no route up there. That one doesn't have to join those. Those two both have to come down. Means I think they have to do that. Okay. Just gonna see if I can feel this one out. It's almost always a terrible idea. Yep, that immediately got stuck. Yeah, that one gets that one stuck. Yeah, that one doesn't have to be... Actually, it doesn't have to be there. It could go down there. Yeah, that. I think we do. I think we do run into a problem here, though. Do we? No, maybe not. Maybe not. There we go. All right. So that's the hidden crossing puzzles solved. Ooh, well, that goes yellow now. Well, you know what? We have to go and see if we can figure out what these other pink symbols mean now. So it's a spiral. Not entirely certain what the spiral would mean in this case. The thing is, it's here, right? That confuses me a little bit because the other one was it was in this. Yeah, I don't get what that one means just yet. Let's see if one of the other ones makes more sense for now. One of the other ones had... It was like a square with a gap in, right? See, this one has a split. So is there one where we can start in this position? 2 from the top. Go all the way around. Come back and split there. I mean, there kind of is. Maybe that one? Oh, but we start on that side. Ah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So is the right layout, I think. 2. You see, this is definitely split here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's like a 7x7 grid where there's a split dead center. So it could be this one. Could be this one. We need to do something like this. Then back again, which it won't let us do. Oh, interesting. Is that the only 7x7 that has the split in it, though? So that's 8. Oh, this one has a split right in the middle too. I feel like I'm just undoing all of the solutions at this stage. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So if we just kind of follow this pattern down here. Okay. Okay, so we did have to follow that pattern, find the right position. Okay, cool. So we're having to solve a puzzle based on that information that those are showing. There we go. Now we're seeing that other pieces can exist on the grid. What am I doing? What am I doing? That's not right. I think we have to do that. There we go. Oh, other pieces can exist off the grid that we then have to stamp onto the grid more accurately. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, so this one is like, how many crossings can we do? That's not quite enough crossings. Oh, this one's going to hurt my brain. Oh, what if we... That's probably going to make this more complicated, isn't it? Because now we don't have the right number of like things left. Ah, goodness. We can't. That doesn't really mean anything going into it like that. Okay. How? How on earth do we square this particular circle? Ah, but we can go back into that endpoint there. Maybe that will help. I am suspect. But, you know, maybe. Oh, I can't get quite the right number. Okay, does this... No, because that's then going to cause us a different problem. Although, what about something like that? Just keep spiraling around and around in the desperate hope that maybe you'll get enough crossings. Didn't even mean to reset that one. Sorry, this one is... Now I'm having to, like, really think, and it is not being particularly successful. Okay, let's try the other one. Okay, same sort of design, but we're now inverted up around this way. I'm not sure why I thought this one might be a bit more obvious, honestly. Okay, so we know that fundamentally at some point we have to come in here, which will make two things come off here. We need to have 4 crossing points. So we can come in like this and down here. Then gives us 1 crossing point easily. Doesn't feel like super useful. So we can maybe do this, but then this one gets stuck up here. So what other ways can we come in? I mean, we can come up and around this, but that seems to give us broadly the same issue, right? We do this, and then that one goes back there. And then we just get stuck, not be able to going anywhere. Okay. I think I shouldn't skip ahead. I think I should try and figure this one out. Because that's basically the solution of the first puzzle. So I'm going to assume that the line in here would then fundamentally need to be different. That gives us 2. Is there any quick way that we can double that? Well, I've got the right amount of crossings now. For whatever that's worth. Okay, I think with the stream today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave these ones as an exercise to the reader, but I do want to go and see if I can figure out how to open the other pink areas. Because that's some fun little meta puzzles. Oh, I guess it's pink when you've opened it and then it goes gold when you've completed it, maybe. So let's see if we can figure out this one. This one has just a square. So it's not that, apparently. Maybe it's on this one? Oh, go back inside. We reset that one. don't think there's any obvious way that we can set that up without having to use all three. I suspect it needs to be in a different one. Anything else here that will give us a hint? Now, it looks like our drawing. So is that saying that we need to... Let's jump into one for a second. Yeah, see, it's looking exactly like our drawing. So it's just saying that we need to... Is that saying we need to be able to draw? This. Is there a level that we could draw that in? So we need, yeah, the ability to, guess do that. So we need, what's that? One, two, three, four. 1, 2, wait, 1? 1, 2, 3, 4x4 area that we can do this in. He's just drawing it. Huh. That's intriguing. As I say, because I want to play the other game today, I'm going to leave those as an exercise. But then that means we have one last one to try and figure out, and it's this one. It's like a helix of some kind. Is it wanting me to helix around this, or... Okay, so... It's not our drawing. It doesn't seem to be related to the puzzle. It's made of kind of little pinpoints of light. And it is rotating itself somehow. Oh, do we need to maybe get it... Need to maybe connect the start and the end points? Because it doesn't even look like this, really. we go down once, twice, and then out the other side. Go anti-clockwise. Maybe once, then twice, but yeah, it doesn't feel like a strong link. Yeah, this one I don't have any sense of, really. Like, it feels like there should be... Yeah, it's like I've not seen something that is quite important. I know from the other ones it has to be, it's like, I don't think it has to be, but it's most likely to be in this area somehow. Just trying to see if I can get the start and end to line up in some meaningful way. Oh, unless it's saying... Yeah, unless it's saying that it wants me to... loop around a lot. It is. Okay. My goodness. They're fun. I like those. I always enjoy a bit of a meta puzzle. And yeah, that finds us with our last couple of like more difficult puzzles to solve. Very nice. Okay, I will in my spare time probably go and solve all those puzzles because I would really quite like them to be green or gold, I guess. I'd like to make these numbers add up to the full ones. But for today, at least, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into the next game, which is What's the Password? So I'm just going to pause here for a couple of seconds. Oh, did you not look at the pink stuff? I think I lucked into it, if I'm honest. That's just Mary in the chat saying that they didn't get that far. I think I lucked into the first one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying What the Password. I'm just going to pause very briefly while I go and get that set up. One sec.